Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here in Manchester. With me I've got the one and only Frank Smith. How are you, sir?
Good to see you, mate.
Good to see you too.
You're here in Manchester, Coogan's out in Saudi.
Umar's in Vegas.
You're all over
I'm not here with you anyway, mate, to be honest.
I know. Are you happy about it?
I'm more than happy. I get to do something I love, but hopefully I'll get the Vegas trip one day. We'll wait and see. You're holding the fort today at the weigh-in. I mean, there's a few things I want to talk about, but firstly, I've got to ask, did you watch Tyson Fury in the wrestling last night? Did you watch it?
I saw clips of it. Do you know what? I haven't watched wrestling in years. I used to love wrestling, but when you know it's fake, it's a bit strange, isn't it? It's great for kids. I mean, it's huge, like, so you can't really, and great for him as well because it's just massive. But I don't really get it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's all scripted, isn't it?
Yeah.
The whole thing.
He won though.
Well, I mean, but I sort of forgot that the whole thing was scripted. Like, you turn up and they know what they're doing. Do they practice it?
Yeah, I believe so. Or they whisper in each other's ears, say, right, I'm going to throw you against the ropes.
Really?
I'm just guessing, but
fuck off, mate. I'm doing an interview. Alright?
I think that they whisper in each other's ears and say, I'm going to body slam you now, so stay down for 10 seconds and whatnot. But hey, Coogan loved it. Did you see his Instagram stories?
Did you hear it? Go on, Gypsy King!
Go on, the Gypsy King, mate! Go on, son!
Do you know what? It looks amazing out there. It just shows you the size of the events as well, though.
And that's the thing. Next up is obviously Joshua and Ruiz too, which Coogan and Umar are going to. But again,
you're not going?
No.
Oh, I mean, we got to
have a word with the
Coogan. It's out of order. Reckon, because Umar's had so many Vegas trips this year, you should really get the Saudi trip.
Thanks, Frank.
Or just you as well.
Yeah. All three of us.
All three of you.
Space for me.
Yeah, you can come in my case.
But like I said, there was a few things I want to talk to Eddie, but he's not here today. But you are the next best thing, I suppose, aren't you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you are. Let's be honest. I want to talk about the Jarrell Miller top rank reports that he's going to sign with them. Obviously, what's your thoughts on that whole thing with Jarrell Miller? You believe in second chances, so to speak?
Yeah, look, you've seen there's a lot of fighters over the years who have been through things. The only thing I would say with Jarrell Miller is, has he really served any sort of time for it? If you know what I mean? You know, like, look, boxers sometimes make mistakes, I understand that. I mean, and sometimes some people get banned for things that they say they may not have done. So, you know, you have to sometimes have an understand. Jarrell Miller obviously three times got caught out. And it's not really, I think the fact he hasn't really served any long-term ban. You know, you look at other fighters. You look at Eric Molina, for example, who's now he's served 2 years. He served his time. Now he's back in the sport. But I think it will be interesting to see the reaction when it's announced, because obviously nothing's been officially announced. But you know, I don't know. Interesting, very interesting. I don't think we could have done anything with him personally.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, we spoke about, because how can you know, we promote Anthony Joshua. He was going to go in the ring after taking doing whatever he did, and was going to go and have a fight with Anthony Joshua, and then got caught out. So I don't think we could have done personally, and especially how hard we came down on it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we talked about Saudi a little bit there with Ruiz Joshua. The undercard, 3 fights have been announced last night. You mentioned Eric Molina, he's been a tough fight.
Philip Hrgovic.
Yeah.
I think that's a great fight for Philip Hrgovic. You know, I think he's only had 9 fights, and to step up, a good name for his record as well, and you know, good experience for him. Obviously, former opponent of Anthony Joshua. You got Alexander Povetkin against Michael Hunter, which is a massive fight. I think personally, I know we get ridiculed a lot of the time, but I think it's a great undercard, you know. And then Quigg against John O'Carroll, which will be a war. You know, we've seen it with, you know, Quigg has got the experience, been around a long time, and Jono, we've seen it in his recent fights. You know, when he was out in the US, fought Tevin Farmer, he showed, you know, what he's got, he showed what he's made of. So I think so far, brilliant undercard. I know I'm supposed to say that, but I think it actually is.
You can say that.
No, but normally but I think the reaction's gone down really well. And as you say, Hunter Povetkin, it's a great fight for, you know, it's a great time for the heavyweight division. It's a great time for these two guys taking big fights. And the winner's going to come out with a big opportunity.
That's what I was going to say. The winner, will he face one of the champions, or be in line for one of the champions?
That's a possibility. You know, as you know, the heavyweight division next year. There's a couple of mandatories out there that are coming up. So you know that there's a chance that these guys could fight for the belts.
Any more announcements soon, do you think? We're going to hear anything? Because I think Eddie said that maybe 6 fights on the undercard. He's going to keep it quite small, so we're going to look forward to any more announcements soon.
We've got a few things coming, a few other bits, but the majority of it is now announced.
Yeah, good stuff. I want to also talk about this Manchester card, Anthony Crolla's last fight, Kate Taylor.
I didn't know it was Anthony Crolla's last fight.
Nobody mentioned it.
I haven't spoken about it.
Oh jeez, I'm sorry to break the news to you, Frank, but it's Anthony Crolla's last fight. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, what a career he's had. I think I said yesterday we've been working with him something like 14 fights. I heard Eddie say in an interview, and he is one of the nicest guys you will ever meet, not just in boxing but as a person as well. Been great to deal with over the years. Got a great relationship, and it's funny, isn't it? Because you never really see a boxer who says, I'm going out there for my last fight. Really, do you?
No.
Normally they'll lose a fight and they'll go right and retire, but it's never like it's a farewell fight. So it's going to be interesting to see how he handles it. The emotion, everyone's talking about how upset they'll be to see Anthony Crolla retire, but I think it's good. He's making the right decision. He feels like it's time, and you see a lot of boxers, unfortunately, sometimes they go on too long. I think he's making the right decision here.
Kate Taylor, 2-weight world champion, aiming to be anyway. I mean,
tough test.
What more can you say about Kate Taylor if she pulls this off?
What she's done for the sport of boxing is quite amazing. Especially as well for female boxing, and the stars coming through now, and the fighters and the young kids coming through, and she's changed a whole generation, and she's helping bring new stars through. So Katie Taylor goes in there, looks to become she's already become undisputed champion, now looks to become a 2-weight world champion. But Christina's going to put in a tough test. You saw her yesterday, the size of her. She's it's not going to be an easy night's work. So, Felix Cash against Cullen, that was a bit of fun and games at the press conference yesterday. But it's a stacked card. You got Bacoli against Hernandez as well. It's going to be good.
Good little card we've got on Saturday.
Yeah, Joe Ham, Kez Ashfaq. Packed.
The domestic clash is always fun to watch in the UK. But I want to just talk about, Eddie mentioned the last three or four weekends we've had. Golovkin, Derevchenko, fight of the year.
Davies Jr., Ritson.
Then obviously Prograis Taylor. You were at Prograis Taylor last week. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, is that the fight of the year for you?
Yeah, watched it back as well, and I don't really ever watch anything back. And because normally we're just flying on to the next place, I don't really have time. But unbelievable fight. Great atmosphere. Josh Taylor, both of them absolute warriors. But Josh Taylor showed his skill, and I think he's going to dominate. He's going to be a huge star in boxing.
I've got to ask as well, I know you're probably not used to the tough questions coming firing at you, but I spoke to Eddie yesterday in reference to Jacob's Chavez fight. He said it might be moving to Phoenix. Last night, Mr. Sources, Mike Coppinger, mentioned that Jacobs dodged the Nevada Athletic Commission VADA testing at the wildcard gym. Did you hear about this, or do you know anything about that?
You'll see Sources came out with things as Sources always does. I think we haven't actually officially announced anything for that fight. Nothing on venue, etc. So there's a few bits going on behind the scenes, and as Eddie said, looking at Phoenix as well. So wait until you see some actual official news, I think.
Yeah, definitely. That's what you always wait for. It comes out of the horse's mouth. Either that be you or Eddie. It's going to be you.
I'm not a horse, am I?
No, you're not as big as one. Definitely not. You actually look quite good.
I went to the gym this morning.
Was that the first time in how many?
First time in about 4 months.
Hey,
I thought I was on the treadmill. No, the run treadmill.
You ran.
Yeah, I was on the treadmill.
You were on it. Did you push start?
Yeah, no. I just sort of stood there and looked at it. No. It was good. John Hill from our office, who's a bit of a fitness geek, we call him RoboCop. He made me train.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so
listen,
got to lose some of this timber.
I'm the same. Don't worry. Don't let this baggy jacket fool you. I'm quite tubby as well. Don't believe. Well, I won't keep you much longer. I think the weigh-in's about to start. You've got.
See you in Saudi, mate.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yep.
Fingers crossed. If not, I'll go to Jacobs Chavez.
You got to be and but if you come in my bag in Saudi, you got to learn how to do that thing that they do.
The cross my leg over my head. Easy, I can do that. How big's your bag?
You look like it.
I can do that. I'm flexible. I'm still young enough and flexible enough and good looking enough to do all that sort of stuff.
Don't need to be good looking.
Yeah, I do. Frank, thank you very much, mate.